Ever wonder if your thoughts could, like, actually change the world? Not just, good vibes, but like on a deeper level, maybe even scientific.
Well, buckle up, because today we're going deep, deep down the rabbit hole of quantum physics and, get this, the power of thought.
Yeah, we're talking quantum mechanics, the tiny particles, the whole shebang. And to kick things off, gotta mention the double-slit experiment, like the OG of quantum weirdness.
Seriously, this experiment is what launched about 1 million philosophical debates. Basically, it showed that these tiny particles, like electrons, they don't always act like, well, tiny particles.
Yeah, it's like they looked at the laws of physics and said, nope, not today. Imagine chucking marbles at a wall with two slits, right? Two piles of marbles on the other side. Makes sense.
Total common sense, right. But when scientists used electrons instead of marbles, things got, well, weird.
They went all wavy, didn't hit the back wall in two spots, but created this whole pattern. Like think of dropping two pebbles in a pond, ripples overlapping.
Exactly. It's like those electrons were going through both slits at the same time. Wouldn't make sense if they were just acting like, normal particles.
So maybe they just can't decide which slit to go through,
Yeah.
like tiny indecisive particles. Nope, gets weirder. Scientists wanted to see this wave thing in action, so they're like, let's put detectors to watch which slit the electron goes through.
And that is where things get seriously mind-boggling. The act of observing, just watching which path it took, made it act like a particle again. Like it knew it was being watched.
Yeah, it's like the universe has major trust issues. Someone's watching, nope, nothing to see here, just a normal particle behaving myself.
Seriously, that's where we get this whole wave function collapse.
Mm-hmm.
The idea is, before we look, the electron exists in all these possible states at once, like a superposition of possibilities.
Hold on, so you're saying these tiny particles, they have more potential when no one's looking? I feel that.
In a way, yeah. It's like by observing, we force it to choose one state out of all the possibilities.
Okay, this is getting deep. But what's it got to do with us? Our thoughts. This whole idea of beliefs shaping our reality.
Well, some researchers think this observer effect, it might be a clue to how our consciousness interacts with, well, everything.
Are you saying our minds are like collapsing wave functions left and right?
It's definitely something to think about. If observing an electron changes how it behaves, could our attention, our intentions, be influencing the world around us in ways we don't even realize?
Whoa. So we're not just talking positive thinking here. We're talking about the possibility that our minds are shaping reality on a fundamental level.
That is the question, isn't it? And it's a question this next source dives into head first. We've got this article, What the Double-Slit Experiment Teaches About Manifestation.
Oh, we're going there. All right, folks, buckle up, because we're about to see how this mind-bending physics experiment might explain our very human ability to manifest our desires.
This whole thing, it really makes you think about that, saying, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right.
Right. Like believing in yourself, the power of positive thinking, all that jazz.
Yeah, but this article, it takes it a step further. It's saying the double-slit experiment, it's not just some abstract science thing, it's like a metaphor for how our thoughts and beliefs actually interact with, like, the fabric of reality.
Okay, hold on. So we're not just talking about, like, manifesting a parking spot here. This
Yeah.
is bigger.
Way bigger. We're talking about manifesting our desires on a whole other level. Relationships, careers, health, all of it.
Okay, now you've got my attention. So how does it all work?
Well, remember that wave function collapse idea?
Yeah, the electron being in all those possible states at once.
Right. This article suggests it's not just electrons. It's saying there are infinite potential realities out there just waiting for us to kind of choose one.
Wait, infinite realities. You mean like a cosmic menu? And our thoughts are placing the order.
Exactly. The article calls this the realm of infinite possibilities. It's a pretty mind-blowing concept.
Mind-blowing is an understatement, but also kind of empowering, right? If we accept that our beliefs hold that much sway, it's like we have a responsibility to choose wisely, to focus on what we want, not what we don't want.
Exactly. And that brings us to another key takeaway from the article: belief as a reality shaper. It's saying our beliefs, they're like filters, influencing how we see and interact with the world.
Okay, so it's not just what we think, but what we believe deep down,
Got
right?
it.
Because sometimes our conscious thoughts and our subconscious beliefs, they're telling two very different stories.
Absolutely. The article talks about how limiting beliefs, those negative narratives we tell ourselves, they can be really powerful, but in a bad way. Like they can actually manifest undesirable outcomes.
You're telling me, so that voice in my head that says I'm not good enough,
Yeah.
I gotta, like, silence that thing.
For sure. It's about recognizing those limiting beliefs and actively choosing to shift them. Because if our beliefs are shaping our reality, then choosing empowering beliefs, believing in ourselves, that's crucial.
It's like we've got to upgrade our mental software from I can't to I can. Right.
Exactly. And this is where it gets really interesting. This article takes the whole interconnectedness thing even further. It talks about how we're not just influencing our own little bubble of reality. It's suggesting our thoughts, our beliefs, they're connected to something much larger.
Wait, are we talking about like a collective consciousness, a universal mind meld?
That's the idea. Think about it. If our thoughts and beliefs can influence tiny particles, and those particles make up everything, then maybe, just maybe, we're all connected on some level. Our thoughts, our intentions, they create ripples, impacting the world in ways we might not even realize.
Okay, my mind is officially blown. But before we go full cosmic, how do we actually use this? How do we harness this power, this clarity in creation thing the article talks about?
Well, it starts with becoming aware, really aware of our thoughts and beliefs, recognizing how they might be influencing our experiences.
Okay, easier said than done, right? Our thoughts, they can be a wild bunch. But the article also mentions clear intentions. It's like the universe needs a clear address if we want it to deliver our order.
Exactly. It's not enough to vaguely want something. We need to be specific, clear about what we want to create.
So we've got our beliefs as the foundation, clear intentions as the address. What's next?
Well, the article suggests that emotions, they might be the missing piece.
Emotions. Okay, so we're not just thinking the right thoughts. We need to feel them too.
That's where we're headed in part 3, because emotions, they're not just some side effect, they might be the secret sauce to all of this.
Okay, so emotions are the secret sauce. I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
Well, think of it this way. Our emotions, they're like energy in motion. They carry a certain vibration, a frequency, and the more intense the emotion, the stronger that signal we're sending out.
So it's not enough to just think about our goals. We got to feel them too.
Exactly. It's like, remember that wave function collapse? The article suggests that our emotions, they might be the ultimate observer.
So instead of just passively observing our thoughts and beliefs, we need to actively feel them, embody them, as if they're already happening.
Precisely. It's about aligning our energy with the frequency of what we want to experience. If we want to attract more joy, we got to feel joyful. If we want to manifest abundance, got to cultivate those feelings of gratitude and abundance.
So it's not just about thinking positive thoughts. It's about feeling the feelings of our desires as if they're already our reality, like really feeling it.
Exactly. It's like we're sending out this powerful magnetic force, drawing those experiences towards us.
Okay, that makes me think about all those times I've really wanted something and felt super bummed when it didn't happen. Was I, like, unknowingly sabotaging my own desires with all that negative energy?
It's definitely something to consider. The article talks about how our fears and doubts, they can be just as powerful in shaping our reality as our hopes and dreams. It's like we're constantly emitting this vibrational frequency, and whether that frequency is aligned with what we want or what we don't want, it's attracting those experiences into our lives.
So awareness is key, not just of our thoughts, but of the emotions we're attaching to those thoughts. Are we approaching our goals from a place of fear or a place of trust? Are we letting our doubts drive the bus, or are we stepping into the driver's seat with confidence and belief?
Exactly. It all comes back to that choice point. We get to choose our thoughts. We get to choose our beliefs. And we get to choose the emotions we want to embody.
Easier said than done sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Our minds can be pretty noisy places. But if we can learn to master those internal landscapes, to cultivate a more positive and empowering internal dialogue, it's like we're unlocking this whole new level of potential in our lives.
Absolutely. And while there's still so much we don't know about the nature of consciousness, about the power of thought, this exploration, this willingness to entertain the possibility that we are active creators of our reality, it's incredibly empowering.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, one thing's for sure, whether you're a quantum physics whiz or just someone curious about the power of the mind, this intersection of science and spirituality, of thought and reality, it's a journey worth taking.
Absolutely. It's an invitation to approach life with a sense of wonder, to pay attention to our thoughts and beliefs, and to explore the vast potential within each of us to shape our experiences and create a reality that aligns with our deepest desires and aspirations.
And maybe, just maybe, by shifting our perspective, harnessing the power of our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions, we can collectively manifest a future that's brighter, bolder, and more beautiful than we ever thought possible. Until next time, keep those minds open, those intentions clear, and those emotions flowing in the direction of your dreams.